What's happening, guys? Welcome to Slip the Jab Boxing. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. Right, so Canelo's taking on Jermell Charlo this weekend. Jermell Charlo undisputed at 154, junior middleweight. I'm noticing that there isn't really a lot of talk going on around this fight. There isn't really much build-up going on. Usually, when a Canelo fight's about to happen, it's a big thing. It's a Canelo fight. This just seems like another fight that's happening and Canelo just happens to seem to be involved. Why is that? Why is it that this fight is, not getting a lot of traction? Is it that Canelo's losing his star power? Is it that the Bivol losses just hurt Canelo so much commercially that he's not so much of a big deal? I actually don't think so. I think the main reason is because no one called for this fight. No one was egging for it and no one expected it as well. So it kind of came out of nowhere. When Canelo signed up to PBC, this isn't the fight that people were expecting to see. I mean, I'll watch this fight, but I'm not mega excited for it. As it stands, there isn't a British broadcaster as of yet. I don't know if that's because of politics or just because, once again, of the lack of interest. I think one of the main issues that Canelo has right now is that he needs to wrong the Bivol loss, or at least try. Because at the moment, any fighter he takes on is obviously going to be compared to Bivol, and they're going to look inferior. So it's always going to look like you're taking an easier fight rather than the fight that you should be taking. I think that's how a lot of people are kind of seeing Canelo right now. A lot of people were calling for David Benavidez if he wasn't going to fight Bivol. That fight doesn't look like it's going to happen just yet, but obviously Canelo signed to BBC, so I imagine it will happen. But something I have thought about is Canelo has signed a free fight deal with PBC, which I did think was a bit weird because since he's left Golden Boy, he's been very specific and very careful about the length of time he signs contracts for and who he signs contracts with. When he signed with Eddie Hearn, there was a clear direction and a clear plan to become super middleweight undisputed champion. This move doesn't seem so orchestrated. Just even the fact that when he first signed, no one was really sure what 3 fights he'd be having. And I wonder, I'm not exactly sure I think this is the case, it's just something that a thought that's popped in my mind, is what if Canelo has taken this PBC deal as a way of postponing any kind of Bivol rematch? I mean, if people are calling for him to fight Bivol now, he can just hide behind, well, I'm signed to PBC. That fight can't really happen because Bivol's on DAZN, he's with Matchroom. So, it's the perfect excuse to hide behind, really. Not that Canelo is generally an excuse maker, but he has in the past delayed certain fights. It wasn't until he looked a little bit shaky against Danny Jacobs that Canelo was willing to fight GGG as a perfect example. So it's not like he's beyond delaying a fight for whatever reason he sees. Once again, I'm not saying that that's the actual reason, I'm just putting it out there as a possibility. Another thing within this are the main fights that people thought might happen from him signing with PBC were Spence, which I guess won't happen now because he's just taken a beating from Terence Crawford, Jermell Charlo, the bigger of the 2 twins, and David Benavidez. So once again, Jermell Charlo, no one really had that on the cards. Jermell Charlo, been inactive for 2 years, so I'm not exactly sure what that fight brings. Benavidez, it's a good fight, but at the end of the day, Benavidez hasn't exactly accomplished much for it to be a great win on the resume of Canelo. There's Crawford as well, but once again, I mean, he's coming up from welterweight, 147, so what does it really do for the legacy? It doesn't do much. These are all big cash fights, but in terms of the legacy, it doesn't add that much. But as I said, an issue that Canelo has right now is no matter who he fights, they're going to be compared to Bivol, and they're always going to look inferior. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts about why there's not much traction about Canelo fighting this weekend. It is really strange. Let me know what you guys think. Why do you guys think that there isn't a lot of hype behind this fight? Do you think that it's a big fight? Are you interested? Are you going to watch it? Do you think that there's anything left for Canelo to prove in boxing? Or is he literally just collecting paydays now? Does he actually need to go see Bivol again? Or is that just something he should leave alone, light heavyweight? Let me know in the comments, guys. Take it easy.